LBT News starts now with breaking news.
And that breaking news involves Jackson police working right now to clean up an early morning accident involving an 18-wheeler.
What's worse, the truck was loaded with cattle, and now they are running rampant all over that area. Our Jewel Hillary is live on the scene, joining us with the latest. Good morning, Jewel.
Good morning, Wilson. Good morning, Joy. This morning we are along the interstate. We're right where 55 South and I-20 West split. Take a look behind me. This is where that 18-wheeler overturned shortly after 3 o'clock this morning. This is just in between Terry Road and Gallatin Street. Right now, cattle herders are working with emergency officials to continue to get some of the cattle that are inside of this 18-wheeler off of this truck. I know it's dark out here, but if you can see, there's a barrier kind of set up around this truck so that the cows that are still inside of this truck don't continue to roam throughout the city of Jackson, and that is what we've seen this morning. Several of these cows are just scattered across the city. We heard that several are in downtown Jackson. A couple of them got very close to us here on the highway. So as you're traveling this morning, be very, very careful. An official with Hinds County said that they are black cows, so it's kind of hard to see them in the dark, so you need to be very cautious this morning. You might be able to see that there are a couple of horses out here. That official with Hinds County also told me that once the sun comes up, they're going to do their best to rope in the cows that are scattered across the city. Now, in addition to this mess with all these cows on the interstate and throughout Jackson, there was an oil diesel spill from this 18-wheeler, so MDEQ was out here as well working to clean up that portion of the mess. Officials out here say that if you happen to spot one of the cows in your neighborhood or on the highway, obviously if you're driving, slow down, take it easy, and call emergency officials. If you see one of these cows, don't get close to them and try to pet them or anything like that. You need to call an emergency official so that they can come and rope them in. Reporting live in Jackson, Jewel Hillary, 3 on your side.
All right, thanks, Jewel. We're going to switch gears and talk about this weather situation right now. You step outside, you're going to feel really warm temperatures in the 60s and in some cases 70s. Temp right now in Jackson is at 67 degrees. Natchez is at 70. For a little bit of reference, we should typically be waking up to temperatures this time of year that are in the upper 30s. So very warm morning start. Nothing to slow you down, though. There's no fog to report, and we just have cloud cover in the sky, so no showers at the moment either. Now, as we head into the weekend, we do have the potential for severe weather. This is going to be on Sunday, and this includes everyone in central Mississippi, so I want everyone to pay special attention here. What's going to be happening on Sunday? From around midday into the nighttime hours, we're going to see a band of rain and thunderstorms passing through, bringing damaging winds, the potential for flash flooding, and possibly even some isolated tornadoes. I will have more details. We'll take you through the hour-by-hour forecast for Sunday coming up in a few minutes, so stay tuned.
New overnight, officials say 4 people are dead after a medical helicopter crashed in Kern County, California. It was transferring a patient in critical condition from one hospital to another. That patient, a pilot, a flight nurse, and a flight paramedic all died in the crash. There were no survivors. Happening today, the gunman at the center of a scare at Arkansas State University will make his first appearance in court.
It was chaos on campus less than 24 hours ago in Jonesboro as students ran for cover after an alert of an active shooter. Police say the armed man, Brad Bartlett, was threatening to hurt himself when he crashed onto campus, but he also threatened to kill people. We spoke to a junior who described the frightening moments when she ran for cover.
But there were so many people running, and there was this really big guy. He was like 6'7", and he was running. And I was like, well, if he is running and he is scared, I need to be scared. So I ran into this room, and we stood there. It's like a teacher's lounge, and I was like, this is not smart because there's no way out. And the CAF worker came in, and he was like, get out, get out. And if it would have been a more dangerous situation, we could have died, but he saved us. He stayed, and he was like, you need to go this way. You need to go this way. And I don't know who it was, but I really wish I did because he could have saved my life.
Police say there is no continuing threat and the campus will be open today.
A Louisiana grand jury has indicted 2 police officers accused of shooting and killing a 6-year-old boy from Hattiesburg. Norris Greenhouse Jr. and Derek Stafford are each charged with second-degree murder in the death of 6-year-old Jeremy Mardis and attempted second-degree murder in the shooting of his father, Chris Few. Few testified before a grand jury on why both officers should be charged, and he recapped what happened on the night of November 3rd when he and his son were shot. The Marksville police sergeant's body camera shows Few's hands were empty, raised, and visible inside the vehicle when the shots were fired. The little boy's grandmother says she was overwhelmed by the decision to indict.
My heart exploded with happiness. It's kind of bittersweet to hear it read out loud. You know, it just confirmed what was going on. But then we got what we wanted. Can't get Jeremy back, but we got what we wanted today.
The whole case is a tragedy. I think the grand jury showed up and they did their job and they made the decision. It's got a lot of attention, and we intend to devote the proper resources of the Attorney General's office to the prosecution of the case.
Jeremy Martis attended school in Hattiesburg before he went to live with his father in Louisiana. His funeral was held in Hattiesburg in November, and he was buried in Perry County.
The investigation continues in Warren County after an IED was found in Warren Central Junior High. One student is facing possession of an explosive device and weapon. The other student is facing possession of a weapon. Chief Armstrong says the weapons that were found were knives. A search warrant was executed last night at one of the students' home where materials were found to make the device. Chief Armstrong says he is well pleased with how the agencies got the IED out of the school and kept students safe and unharmed.
We are hearing mixed news this morning about Donald Trump. One poll shows he's gaining ground.
Another shows his idea to ban Muslims is unpopular. We're getting the latest from Tracy Potts, who's joining us from Washington. Good morning, Tracy.
Wilson and Joy, good morning. Good morning, everyone. For critics of Donald Trump who thought he might be off the radar by now, well, he's defying the odds. His numbers are growing. As signs declaring him a racist go up at Donald Trump's D.C. hotel and rivals urge him to leave the party.
Don't let the door hit you in the butt.
Our new NBC Wall Street Journal poll shows 77% of Republicans like Trump's style.
People are saying, you know, Trump is right.
But more than half of Americans think his plan to ban Muslims is wrong.
The front-running candidate for president, he's not a serious man. Trump
canceled his trip to Israel amid criticism.
Most people are relieved that he's reconsidered.
A CBS New York Times poll gives Trump 35% support, more than double Ted Cruz.
Ultimately, the decision is who has the right judgment.
But can he win?
I believe the Republican nominee is going to be someone that can win the general election, and I don't believe Donald can.
Last night, Trump got a major police endorsement and rolled out a new idea.
Anybody killing a police officer, death penalty. It's going to happen, okay? Can't go. We can't let this go.
Donald Trump gaining popularity with ideas most voters oppose. And that's the thing with Donald Trump. The polls are showing us that while people seem to like the issues he's bringing up, they may even like his style or not be offended by it, they don't necessarily always like his solutions. In Washington, for 3 on Your Side, I'm Tracy Potts.
And speaking of Trump, he ruffled some feathers during a photo shoot for Time Magazine's Person of the Year issue. Trump shared the shoot with the bald eagle, which got a little excited at times. But don't worry, neither the eagle nor Trump was hurt during the shoot. And Trump's hair stayed perfectly in place. The bald eagle's name, by the way, is Uncle Sam. And Angela Merkel was actually chosen as Person of the Year by Time Magazine.
No eagles involved, we don't think.
6:09 now, and it's 67 degrees outside. Quite a mild morning.
Yes, it is. Nothing mild per se about your traffic. We've got a big situation that we've been watching for you all morning long. Take a look at this. All right, so I-20 East, just at I-55 South, where they meet, right there, just past McDowell Road, an 18-wheeler crashed. And as a result, cows, several of them, roaming this particular area. So our best advice for you this morning, if you take 20 westbound heading up towards Jackson in this area, you want to find another route because everything in this area is, quite frankly, a mess. It's blocked off. So we'll continue to follow it. Our Jewel Hillary is live there on the scene. That's the situation there. Here, I-20 East, just over I-55 South, everything is moving just fine in this area. We don't have anything to report as far as we know here. But again, our big story of the morning, wandering cows on the highway. We will keep you updated on that as we get more information. Julia.
And I want to check in on what's going on over downtown Jackson. Hopefully no stray cows in your downtown area. I don't think we'll see any there. But what's happening at this moment, it looks okay out there. We do not have any fog. It's a cloudy morning start. The temps incredibly warm in the 60s. A couple of us even in the low 70s. And only getting hotter over the next 48 hours. Could see a record high temp tomorrow in the low 80s. Then into Sunday, we get those storms, a possibility for severe weather on Sunday afternoon and evening. I've got the latest on that coming up straight after the break.